Today we're finishing off our Cyberpunk mega building with a Star Wars diner, a SWAT team raiding the whole place, and a Ninjago temple at the top, and so many more of your ideas. It's gonna be great. Let's start by grabbing a whole bunch of grey bricks, because we need to build a base. Let's also grab some 16 by 16 plates and start building. We're building what's called a mills plate, and it's a base system where you can connect base plates very easily. Now that we have our base, we can start building, and I want to build a convenience store, so let's grab a bunch of yellow bricks and start building. Let's click in some windows with some cool stickers on them. I also built an AC unit, which you gotta have that. Then I happen to have designed my own stickers, which we're actually gonna use here. This one that says convenience store should be convenient for our convenience store. Adding more details such as more AC units, some windows on the side with interiors of course. We need some shelves with some stock, all of the food items you can buy at a convenience store. Here's a fun detail, I want to add an escalator on the side that goes up to the next level. Let's add the railings for the escalator and we're done with the first house. So I've got this sketch for a huge building that's connected through a walkway to another building, and we've already built one of the buildings in the last video. So this time we just have to figure out how the next building is gonna look. So let's sketch it out. Something along the lines of this should work. Then we're gonna add it into this city and add lights, of course. Imagine if there was a Cyberpunk SWAT team or army. Well, I hear you. Here's a Cyberpunk SWAT team. Robots with SWAT gear. It can't get any more dangerous than that. You should make a police tank or an APC. Alright, I definitely should. It looks really cool. I had to Google how I would make one though. I'll figure it out, hopefully. Without a reference image from Google, I would never figure out how to do this. But grabbing a bunch of black parts and a lot of slopes, I'm trying to build something that looks military-ish but also police like SWAT. I think I'm onto something here.
One eternity later.
This took much longer than I planned, but it turned out really cool. And yes, I didn't have to make the doors openable, but I wanted to, okay? So back off. I also didn't have to make the police squad fit inside the truck, but now they do, so I'd say I've successfully made an APC. So let's add it to the build. With the squad entering the site, they are joining the police commissioner and actually going on the raid. Let's add some supports for our next floor and take a look at the store owner who's closing down the store because of the police raid. This guy is getting so scared after doing some grocery shopping. I understand him. I would be too. Let's add some more supports here because we gotta have some support for the next floor. It would be really cool to add some blue apartments above the convenience store. I think the colors would go really great with each other and we can make some cool stuff. So here's the next floor over the convenience store. A small apartment in blue. It looks really cool. The color combination turned out great. I also added this power box because we're gonna add lights into this build. So after dragging some cords, well, it's a bit messy, but the thing is gonna light up. Look at this.
Good morning, Night City! Yesterday's body count lottery rounded out to a solid and sturdy 30. 10 out of Haywood, thanks to an abated...
If you're wondering about these fences, they're not actually official Lego, but I did get them from Firestar Toys, which happens to be the sponsor of today's video. I got a really cool, nice package with a lot of stuff. They do custom minifigs and custom weapons and everything that Lego won't make themselves, Firestar Toys does. I have had a collaboration with these guys before and they do some amazing high quality figures. Lego themselves would never do Breaking Bad or Die Hard or Terminator, so these figures are really awesome for that fandom and people who really want their favorite movies in Lego. well, you get them from Firestar Toys. I'm also gonna step back into Fallout videos soon, so I got this really cool Nuka-Cola machine, and you can actually download the instructions from their site, which is perfect, so I can just build it. I get the parts and I build it from the PDF instruction that I get from Firestar Toys. I can't really express how happy I am to actually be working with these guys, because the details on the printing and on the posters and everything they do, it's just amazing. They didn't pay me to say that, I just genuinely love their stuff. So check them out, link in the description, and use my code. So, back to building. Let's start on floor number 2 and actually build the base for that. I had to include a little hole for the escalator so the people could actually get up. This seems sturdy enough. I just love this specific request to make the Dexter's Diner from the Lego Star Wars game. It's just an amazing memory trip and we gotta do it. But first, let's build some support pillars around so we know how much space we have to work with. Because without the support pillars, the whole house is just gonna fall apart and look stupid. Starting on the diner, we're doing dark red windows and we're doing light gray and dark gray. There's a lot of round shapes on this, so it's interesting to build. I just love getting a request from you guys. A military recruitment stand, I love it. However, we're doing it a different way. We're motorizing it and we're doing the rebels on one side and the Imperials on one side. Might not be the most futuristic. I think Dexter's Diner need an outside seating area where people can enjoy their lunch outside. I don't know if that's the thing in the video game, I don't think so, but we need it here. And of course a lot of clone troopers just lining up getting the best burger in town. The sisters from the TV show Arcane fit perfectly here. The custom ones from Firestar Toys, they look great. Then inside the diner it's quite empty, however. We need to build some interior stuff. Let's start by building a counter where you can enjoy a beverage or buy a hamburger. Let's also build the back wall. I want some built-in cabinets and a TV. I think this turned out really good. We can fit it into the diner. Then we also have this back wall that I built with a lot of bottles and drinks, and then the classic chairs with the red leather that you sit on, the stools. Iconic. I made a few of those, so let's add everything into the diner interior. But first let's add some floor. And we need to have the classic checkered floor with the black and white. Then we can add the chairs. Then we can add the actual counter. Let's add some guests. Finish up by building the back wall and closing the restaurant off. Also adding some fences and take a look at the inside. It turned out really cool. This is a great idea. Why didn't I think of that? Now we even got the figures. Let's add the top floor with apartments and finish off floor number 2. Alright, let's just be honest, this turned into the Star Wars floor, and I'm not mad at that, honestly. I know a lot of you have been requesting Star Wars. I don't know, maybe I'll take a look at that in the future. Let me know in the comments, should I do a Star Wars build? No matter what, let's move on to the 3rd floor. And now we're moving into gang territory. This is where the SWAT raid is heading. They are actually doing a raid on the gang called the V.P.L.O, so we're gonna build one of their hangouts. Which happened to be a very sketchy pawn shop at the 3rd floor of this building. They sell about everything and they have a lot of stuff going on here. We have a sketchy alleyway through the house, then a backside of the build. I think this is gonna look really sketchy but also cool. Now let's add some gang members. I don't think I've ever sounded that excited about adding a gang, but this is a cool gang. The Blood Boys, they're gonna be hanging out here and they've got weapons. These figures look great. The SWAT team is moving in with their actual gas grenades. What would you call it? I don't know. Crowd control stuff? Yeah, this is getting out of hand. This girl is just oblivious to anything going on because she has her noise-cancelling headphones on. But this woman's running away, she's got the right idea. Let's add our new floor to the stack and we're getting taller, Let's once again grab more plates and build a new floor. Alright, let's address a big problem. You guys have been complaining a lot that this isn't Ninjago enough, and I called it a Ninjago city. And that's totally fair, because honestly, I didn't do enough Ninjago. So it's about damn time we build a Ninjago temple. With all the ninjas and Master Wu and everything that makes it Ninjago. So let's go. Let's add a dragon on the side, a classic Chinese dragon, and let's start building the temple. We need a beautiful garden with the red flowers and bamboo shoots. Then we need an Asian-style fence that goes around the entire platform. Let's get a round shape as the doorway that opens up into the temple. Some rice paper walls and that red fence as well. Works great as a shape inside the round window. Now let's add some more rice paper walls and an AC unit, because I can't have enough of AC units. Let's add this sideways tilted stone roof that I think looks amazing. Getting in some more wooden details, and this place is really gonna stand out from the rest of the city, but also from the rest of this build. There's an interesting contrast here with the brown and the temple, the old wooden feeling, versus the new cyberpunk steel and concrete look. So that's gonna be cool. But we've forgotten one of the most important things. We don't have any of the ninjas yet, and we don't have Master Wu. Well, here we do. That rhymed. I added this plate to Master Wu so we can actually sit and meditate, which I think looks really cool. We can do a lot with this. Clicking his legs onto the plate opposite each other makes it look like he's actually meditating. We have Cole and Kai, then we have Lloyd and Nia. I know this isn't all of the ninjas, but honestly I couldn't find the rest. Now that we have the ninjas, we can actually add them to the temple, training and doing all sorts of stuff. Well, not so much training. Kai and Lloyd are just hanging out, eating noodles and drinking tea, but Nia and Cole are actually gonna train inside the dojo. So let's build a floor and actually do something inside the dojo. Let's add some samurai swords. Let's add some more weapons they can train with. And of course, let's add the ninjas. They're using wooden swords because they wouldn't want to hurt each other, so makes sense. Let's add a practice dummy in the corner that they can use. And let's also build up the side walls, because we need some support for the roof later on. And here on the back wall I decided to add a portrait wall, with all of their memories and photos together. And a ceiling fan, because it gets really hot training inside with a ninja outfit. Then back here, outside, we actually have another character from another universe. Well, it's Johnny Silverhand from the actual Cyberpunk game.
Wake the f*** up, samurai. We have a city to burn.
Let's also add the Sky Pirate Skiffy spying on them. Now if we slide in the house and add the Ninjago temple at the top, and also add this platform where Master Wu can sit and meditate, we're done with the temple. And it turned out really cool. This is my favorite floor of this build so far. The temple just ended up looking really cool and on brand with the Ninjago, so hopefully you guys are happy with the Ninjago theme now. To finish off this whole house, we have to add a roof, of course, and on the roof I was thinking that we can add some kind of market where you have, well, at least some store and a fruit market maybe. Let's add some figures and a bike that sells ice cream, then a staircase up to the upper floor where we can add a billboard and some guy repainting it. Now here on the side, let's add a gang hanging out. I don't know what they're doing, but they're suspicious. Then in the middle here, I wanted to add a highly requested thing. We have to add a cyber psycho, which is basically a crazy cyborg. And it was highly requested, so we had to add that. The police are trying to stop him and trying to calm down the situation, but things are getting out of hand. This gang is watching from the side, thinking they want to join. And up on the stairs here, we have another request, which is David Martinez from the Edge Runners TV show, which is from the Cyberpunk universe, so it fit perfect. Adding the roof onto our build, and we have a finished house, and it looks really cool. From bottom to top, there's a lot going on. We have the SWAT team raiding the whole thing. We have the Ninjago temple. We have the Blood Boys camping out in the building. But now it's time to add lights. So we got the lights in and the house is done. Now we just have to put everything into the actual city. Setting this whole thing up, I maybe didn't do the best planning because I had to remove some things and adjust it, but here we go. Wow, now that's a big city. And it's really looking cyberpunk. Let's turn off the lights and turn on the city's lights and let it speak for itself. We do have one final request and comment, and we should definitely add smoke. Yes. Let's make this city as cyberpunk as possible. Alright, so I might have overdone it with the smoke, but it looked amazing. So cool to just see the whole city come alive with the lights and with the smoke. If you like what you saw, subscribe and I'll upload more videos in the future. We have one more video on the Cyberpunk theme, that is the train. It's the next video coming right up on the channel, so if you want to see that, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.